Annyeong, it's Mikey here, and guys, thank you guys so much for all of your guys' support in this channel, and thank you. Like, I can't believe I've hit 4,000 subscribers this week. It's crazy how far this channel's come, and thank you for a lot of you guys' understanding on what happened on the Tuesday with the, whole Aki's situation with the misunderstanding, miscommunication, and I don't blame them for that. It's just a miscommunication that could happen at any point at any time. But of course, I respect that they weren't prepared for their product page and such. So I did put it down. I'm still gonna keep the review as is. I'm not gonna redo the video or anything. So I'm just gonna schedule it for a later time, hopefully within 2 weeks. So I'll hopefully have that up. Now, I do want to thank Akko and Monsky because they sent me out like so many different switches, right? I got the Monsky Green Fog. I got all of the new Akko switches from 2024. So 2024 for Akko was a really crazy year. And let me give you just a little bit of a look. So we got like the Botany, we have the Rosewood, we also have Starlit from like beginning of the year. The Creamy Purple Pro, and so much more. They had a total of, there's almost like 10 switches that came out, and I'm gonna do a review of all of them. So this is gonna be a long video, but I hope you guys enjoy this, and please make sure to like and subscribe.
So let me introduce you guys to all of the switches that we're going to be doing in this video from Akko. So this is pretty much all these switches that Akko released in 2024, and I'm finally getting a chance to review all of them all together in one video. So we have the Botany, the Rosewood, we have the Dracula switches, we also have the Creamy Purple Pro, the HMX Mirror, and the Stellar Rose, the V3 Piano Pro, the Starlit, and the Cyan Creamy, like the Creamy Cyan, and we also have the Monsky Green Fog. Now we're going to be doing all of these in the Fun 60. The reason I chose this board was because I felt that this was the most neutral for sound testing with all of it. I made sure to take out all the mods that I did in it, so it's just going to be stock foam, a stock board with this, and we're going to do a full sound test with stock and lube, comparing all of them, do even a stem wobble and a backlight test. So let's get straight into this. So starting off is the Akko Creamy Cyan, the clicky switch, and let's go into the sound test to listen what it sounds like. Now, the second switch will be the Akko Dracula linear switch, and let's listen to what that sounds like. Next, we've got the Akko V3 Piano Pro. Great stock switch with this very thocky. Next is the Creamy Purple Pro, which is a tactile switch, and the only tactile switch in this list.
Huh? Okay.
This is the Akko Botany very light Thocky linear switch. So let's hear what it sounds like. This is actually one of my all-time favorites, and it's the Akko Rosewood, very creamy, quiet switch. Now we have the collab with Akko and HMX, the mirror switch, a clackier one. the second collab switch with HMX and Akko. This is another kind of clacky linear switch. The newest switch in Akko's lineup, the Akko Starlit linear, and we're going to have to hear what this sounds like. And the last one, Akko and Monsgeek collaboration on the Green Fog Thocky switch. So let's get into the stem wobble test. So I'm going to be doing a stem wobble test with all of the switches that we did the sound tests on. And the first one we're starting off with is the green fog, which is on the left, which is the Mons Geek and Akko collab, which you guys can see there. The stem wobble is actually quite little. And I'm going to move this a little bit over so you guys can get a little bit more closer look to it. So the green fog actually has really good stem. Like you can see, and this is the top. So at the top, the stem wobble is very little. And then even when you push down, it has a little bit, but not too bad. Now the Akko V3 Piano Pro, as you can see on the top, it does have some stem wobble. And then when you press it down as well, you will see that there is some horizontal stem wobble. So this is something to keep in mind for yourself when you are looking to get a V3 Piano Pro. Now going to the Akko Rosewood, so at the top, very little, but at the bottom, you do get a slight amount of stem wobble, but it is a very little amount of stem wobble, that is for sure. Now we're going to the V3 Creamy Purple. In the bottom, you actually get quite a bit of stem wobble, like all around. It's not even just like up and down and side to side. It's actually like a circular stem wobble, so keep in mind when you're looking at that switch. The creamy cyan, the creamy cyan is the next one. It's a box stem, so you are going to be looking at very little stem wobble on this thing. This is a clicky switch though, but I believe from the top end, like at the top, you will get a little bit of wobble in it. This is newest one, the Starlit. A great job done on this one actually. You get very little stem wobble. Most of the wobble is actually just the switch shaking inside the PCB and the plate, but very little stem wobble on that one. Now, this is the HMX collab, the mirror switch. So very well done actually. Like you're getting no stem wobble on the top and on the bottom too. When you push down, you're getting almost no stem wobble. So really well done from HMX. Now this is the Stellar Rose switch, and as you can see, it's got more stem wobble than the mirror switch. That's something I noticed. So you do get a little bit more stem wobble, but it's only like the side to side, as you can see there on the top. So compared to the mirror switch, not as well done, but still not a horrible stem wobble. Now this is the Botany switch, and it does have wobble. Like you can see there, it does. It's not a crazy shake. It's not like a crazy movement, but you do get some stem wobble with that. Now, the last one is the Dracula switch. And of course, it is a box stem. So you're looking at almost no stem wobble on this thing, which is really great. And yeah, the press down too, it's really awesome. Now, I do want to give you guys the backlighting. So as you can see there, we are looking to do a full backlighting test. So I'm going to have to make sure to, take down the brightness and of course give you guys the best choice of, which one's the best for backlighting for those who do like their backlights. And again, everyone has their own preference. Doesn't have to be the same per person. Now, going through each one, as you can see, there are certain ones that backlighting doesn't come through very well. That's the Rosewood, the V3 Green Pro, the Purple Pro, the Purple, the Mirror Switch, Stellar Rose, and the Botany. All the other ones actually do have light diffusers, so that's why the lighting comes out a lot better. The fog though, the green fog, even with the light diffuser, is a little bit iffy, but it's still better than the Stellar Rose, the Rosewood, and the Mirror. I do apologize where it went black for a little bit there. That's just due to the keyboard keep going into like sleep mode, so I had to really work on that. Now, as I said, the best ones are going to be the Dracula for the backlighting, and the piano is going to be also the best. Now, going through each switch, each one does have its little quirks to it, and it's something to note. Like for example, the fog is a really deep switch. It is heavy though, and as you can see there, from left to right, we have the green fog, the PV3 piano, the Rosewood, the Creamy Purple Pro, the Cyan Creamy, the Creamy Cyan, the Starlit, the Mirror, Stellar Rose, Botany, Dracula. Now, the Creamy Purple Pro, just keep in mind, does have a little bit of an issue, as well as the mirror switch. Sorry, the focus wasn't going on there, but as you can see, it is really loose. So it doesn't have a good hold when you are putting it into the PCB. So keep that in mind about the mirror switch. It felt, out of all of them, the mirror switch was only the one that had that the worst. The V3 Creamy Purple Pro was also kind of one of them. And also the V3, Creamy Purple Pro, it doesn't work well with some keycaps. So you will have keycaps falling off of them because the stem is a little bit too thin. So it's a little bit small. Now the Stellar Rose and the Mirror, they're both the HMX collaboration. So they're actually more on the clackier side. The Rosewood is my favorite, but that one also, you get really bad backlighting on it. So keep that in mind. So out of like all of them, it is something to keep in mind for these switches. The Starlit and the Green Fog are actually quite similar to each other in terms of the sound profile, but the Green Fog is going to be a much deeper sound. The Starlit I found was a little bit more of a mix of a Thock and like a Clack, so it's a little bit more awkward in there. Now, so to keep these things in mind, right? These are things that you are going to want to keep in mind for all of these switches, as you know, every switch is a preference, right? There's some quirks there. There's always pros and cons, and you want to make sure you get the right one for you. So these are my top 3 switches: the Monsgeek Akko Green Fog, the V3 Piano Pro, and the Rosewood. So number 1 Rosewood, 3 Fog, and then the piano. I'm gonna have the link in the description for all of these switches, but these 3 are gonna be my favorite out of every single one of them, and they are deep switches.
Let me know down below in the comments which was your favorite out of all of these switches. Now, I know it was a long video. There's so many different sound tests. Out of all of these switches, which we had so many, I would say these are my top 3. Top 3. Now, number 3 was the Monsgeek. And I know, I did mention it earlier, right? But the Monsgeek is my number 3. The Akko Piano Pro is my number 2. And my number 1 is the Akko Rosewood still. Now, to be fair, this ranking of 1, 2, 3 is actually quite a small margin between the 3. It depends on how we feel, actually. So depending on the day, I might feel a different switch. One day I might feel a little bit heavier. One day I might feel a little bit more of a quieter switch. Maybe I want something in between. That's why these 3 are my favorites. I think the Piano Pro sounds amazing. The Rosewood sounds really great. Nice, quieter sound. And the Fog is a bit of a heavier switch, but I would have to say these 3 are going to be my top favorite out of all of them. Now, I would love to know what you guys think. And of course, I'm going to leave the links in the description for you to be able to go look at all of the switches that I have. And please, make sure to like and subscribe and catch the other videos I got. And I'll see you guys next time.